A leather wrapped steering wheel. We've got adaptive cruise control, brake. Hey folks, Joe Welches here with Colonial RV, and today we're putting two awesome Class C motorhomes side by side. The 2025 Winnebago Spirit 26T and the 2024 Winnebago Vita 24P. Now, these two take a completely different approach on RVing. This one runs on gasoline and this one runs on diesel. One's a little bit bigger and one's a little bit tighter. One's built for space and the other one's built for efficiency. We're gonna dig deep into these specs, we're gonna check out the layouts, and we're gonna hit the features. And most importantly, we're gonna help you figure out which one actually fits your lifestyle. So let's get started. Now let's start by checking out the 2024 Winnebago Vita. This model's on a 3500 Mercedes-Benz chassis. It's a little bit shorter at 24 feet 5 inches, as well as a little bit narrower at 7 feet 6 inches. But that makes it all the more maneuverable. Now under the hood, we've got a 2-liter 4-cylinder diesel engine pushing out 211 horsepower, as well as 332 pound-feet of torque. Now that's made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission for silky smooth rides, and it also has full body paint and sand, aluminum steps, lighted storage bays, and 42 cubic feet of storage. Now let's check out the Winnebago Spirit. Now this is a gas-powered Class C motorhome on the Ford E450 chassis. It's about 28 feet and 5 inches in length and 8 feet 6 inches in width. And we're working with a 7.3 liter V8 from Ford here that puts out 350 horsepower, the Godzilla motor. Now this has not one but 2 slide outs, a 7,500 pound tow hitch rating in the rear, and a bold full body paint of cool mist here that gives it a really nice high-end look. It's also got the beautiful molded fiberglass front cap here for more sleeping inside, as well as stainless steel wheel caps, also giving it a really nice look. And as well as you get 45 feet of cubic feet of storage underneath. So bring the chairs, bring the cooler, bring the grill, it'll hold everything. Now let's talk cab experience, and for the Vita, it starts right up here with the Mercedes-Benz chassis. One of the big perks is how refined this cab really is. Smooth, modern, and super driver friendly, and apparently it doubles as a low clearance warning system. These seats are heated, they're power adjustable, and they are incredibly comfortable. We even have a leather wrapped steering wheel. We've got adaptive cruise control, brake assist, lane keep assist, all the high-end safety features to prevent a nightmare behind wheels from happening. And with the NBUX infotainment system right front and center, it's like sitting in a luxury crossover, not a motorhome. Now in the 26T Spirit, you're in a Ford cab, so it's going to feel a lot more like a truck. Still really comfortable, still really solid, and you still have things like cruise control, rear view cams, left and right turning cams, lane departure assists, and auto emergency braking. So all the modern features that you need for really long drives. It just has a bit of a different vibe. More rugged, but very familiar. Now let's compare. If you're logging serious highway miles, then the Mercedes cab is a real standout. But if you like the simplicity, the power, and the low maintenance, then the Ford definitely holds its own. Inside the Spirit, we are a little bit longer, and we also have 2 large slide outs. So we have one with some storage, our refrigerator, as well as a jackknife sofa in the slide to sleep another person. And then if you follow me to the rear here, we have an additional slide in the back just for the bed, to give you more space to walk around the bed, hop in, and with the slide closed, the mattress will fold up. And even with both sides closed, we still have an alleyway all the way from the bathroom to the cab seats in the front. In the living area, you get a large U-shaped dinette that converts into a bed, as well as the jackknife sofa. And then of course we have the cab over bunk with windows and a ladder. The living space is tall, 6 feet 10 inches of headroom, and it feels really open. There's also a 32-inch TV positioned on a swivel mount, so I can better articulate it to watch it from wherever I may be sitting in the front. Now the Vita keeps it compact with a single slide, but it's done really well and really clever. You've got your choice of theater seating with a table mount or a dinette. And the cab over bunk is still here, it's just a little narrower, but still great for kids or an occasional guest. And we also have a 32-inch TV in the Vita, and it is on a mount where it will rotate and face the bed in the front. And there is charging outlets throughout the coach, so it's streamlined and super functional. If the Spirit wins on space and headroom, then the Vita wins on simplicity and a clear, intentional design. Now the Vita modernizes things. We have a 10.1 cubic foot 12 volt compressor fridge, so we get a little more depth than the 3-way fridge in the Spirit. And then over on our right, we've got a convection microwave right underneath our gas burner stove. So a little more wattage on that microwave, and then we still have a 3-burner gas cooktop above it. Now we also have a double basin sink with solid countertops to cover up the basin, as well as give us more prep space when we're not using it. And there's little things like integrated spice racks, as well as a ton of storage both underneath and above our kitchen here. So between the two, we have traditional versus modern, but both are going to get the job done. It just depends on your cooking style. Back here in the Spirit, we have a 24 by 32 inch shower, same as the Vita, with a skylight, as well as a foot flush toilet and a basic vanity setup with storage both above as well as below. Plenty of room to move around when you're in the bathroom as well, making this a really great setup. In the Vita, you might recognize the same retractable door that gives you more space. We also have the same 24 by 32 shower, and they both feature the self-cleaning shower door wipe. This one, however, has a porcelain commode. It also has a round basin sink in the vanity. We still have storage below and storage above. With a very similar space, we've got a slightly different feel, meaning the Spirit's definitely functional, but the Vita is just a touch more refined. We've got a queen bed in the rear slide, and it is walk around, which makes a big difference. This is a foam mattress. We have little nightstands on both sides, and there is a second TV back here as well. The Vita also gives you a queen, the same 60 by 75 inches, but it's tight on the sides, and you do get a nice shelf behind you with 12 volt and USB charging, as well as 110 outlets, as well as storage above you, but not really as much walking space around the bed. So the Spirit feels like a bedroom, and the Vita feels more like a nice sleeping nook. All right, let's get into the power and the plumbing. The Spirit, of course, has a 30 amp power cord, but it also has a 4,000 watt RVMP flex fuel gas LP generator. It's reliable, easy to start, and can run everything inside the coach, even the AC. And tanks, we're working with 44 gallons of fresh water, 41 gallons of gray, and 35 of black. A solid step up for longer trips. It also has a 6-gallon propane water heater and a 1,000 watt inverter inside, so you can run all the basic outlets off the battery power whenever you need to. Now the Vita steps into off-grid territory with a 3,200 watt diesel generator from Cummins Onan. Now you can option the 3,600 watt LP model, but solar is going to be standard here on both models, with 200 watt panels on the roof, plus a controller that's easy to understand inside, and wiring for more panels if you so choose. Now the tanks are slightly smaller, with 37 gallon fresh, 41 gallon gray, and 41 gallon black, but still plenty of room for a couple or a solo traveler. Now it also has a pure sine wave inverter up to 1,000 watts, and that's safe for all your electronics, as well as a heated drainage system on board for cold weather camping. So the Spirit's got the size capacity, but the Vita is tuned for the boondocking experience. So let's bring this home. You've seen the layouts, you've seen the features, the power systems, but here's the real question that really matters. Which one feels like your RV? If you got a big family, maybe 2 kids, maybe a dog, then you're probably planning long trips, maybe cross-country adventures or extended stays at full hookup campgrounds. This 26T is going to make your life so easy. You've got plenty of space to breathe, beds for everyone, room to cook, room to relax, and you've got enough room to not feel like you're stepping over each other while you're inside the unit. And if you want to tow something, a car, a boat, maybe a trailer, that 7,500 pound hitch in the rear does not flinch. And this thing is built for comfort, built for hauling, and built for making memories, classic Winnebago stuff. Now, if you're traveling in smaller groups, or maybe even flying solo, your value probably looks towards the drivability, the fuel efficiency, and maybe even the freedom to boondock out west for a night or two. the Vita is going to feel like a revelation for those folks. It's compact without feeling cramped, it's high-tech without being too intimidating, and when you're behind the wheel of that Sprinter chassis, man, it feels so good. You're not just driving an RV, you're in control of your home on wheels. Both of these are winners. They're both smart, they're both well built, and they're both backed by one of the best names in the game with the best warranty behind it. But at the end of the day, the best RV is the one that fits your life, not someone else's checklist. So do you want bigger, stronger, and more room to roam? Or do you want lighter, smarter, and built for the long haul? Either way, you can't lose. Now the hard part is just picking which one that you take home. No matter which one feels right, both of these Winnebago coaches are incredibly well built and packed with value. And here at Colonial RV, we're all about helping you find what actually fits your travel life, not just what we have on the lot. So thanks for joining me on this walkthrough. If you've got any questions, please drop them in the comments or give us a call. Don't forget to subscribe for more real RV reviews, and we'll see you all on the road.